You know what I found? I found how you can see when people are positively deficient in healthy behaviors. Think about it this way. The more that I deal with you healthily and you're dealing with me in an unhealthy way, it either lets me know two things. One, you're incapable of knowing what healthy is. So this stuff is going right up over your head. Or, which likely gonna go with this other one. I don't mind giving passes on things that people may not know about that or that is over their head. But I'm putting all my money on this one. It could be that you don't care. You're just operating and you're doing like what you want to do. And I'll get, if you decide to chuck me a little something on the side, I'll get whatever you decide to give, if you decide to give anything. As long as I'm a fool that's still sitting there waiting for the scraps up off the table, I'll be that fool sitting there waiting for scraps up off the table. Instead of moving on my way and dealing with people who deal like I deal. It lets me know that you're positively deficient of giving, or at least in this situation between you and I, giving the way that I give. Doesn't need to be the same exact way, but I'm saying you're incapable of returning healthy behaviors, healthy habits. You're positively deficient. Look at it this way. Imagine a man standing in the middle of a plaza. He's fast talking to everybody. Hey, yeah, blah, 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 blah. He's taking money and he's moving on. He's taking money from whatever he's selling. And I'll get that to you Tuesday next week, blah, blah, blah. You ain't hearing nobody. Nobody is really saying anything to him because they ain't got time to say anything to him. I got to turn this fan on. This hot off in here. You don't really hear people too much giving him any verbiage because he's doing all the talking. We don't even know if the people's needs are being met. All we know is this man is taking money and he's moving on to the next. He's getting what he wants, but we don't know if the people standing around him in this plaza are getting what they want. He looks over there at me. I'm not wanting anything. Hey, how much can I get from you? Nothing. Not a doggone thing, because I didn't ask you for nothing. I'm actually looking at you because I need you to move out the way because I'm trying to get to the other side of the plaza. That's what I'm thinking. You ain't asked not one person here how they need to be met and whatever it is you're selling. Furthermore, what are you selling? Really, it's just a rhetorical question because I don't care. You just need to move on up out the way. That's how I look at these situations when I'm dealing with people where I'm putting out healthy behaviors and you're getting less than in return. Now, keep in mind, on slight interactions that is just, it's so brief of an encounter, I'm just doing and then getting on, I'm not caring. And like I said before, it could be something as easy as being in a grocery store. Maybe this person's having a bad day. Maybe they're not returning, my smile with a smile or my pleasant greeting. I don't care because chances are I'm not going to see you again. So I'm not trying to stop here, sit here, and go into this with you. So I'm not talking about like those interactions. I'm talking about these relationships that you sit up here in. Some people would say, hey, well, look, seems like you're only going to be nice to people that are nice to you. Don't so-called evil people, they do the same thing. They're nice to people that's evil too. How are you breaking that cycle, that loop, and that chain? No. I'm going to be respectful to any and everybody that's coming in and out of my circle, best of my ability. Like I said, I'm human too. I'm trying my best here. But we don't have to be all buddy and me tied up with you and for me to be on the short end of the stick for this relationship to go on. That's what I'm talking about. Because I noticed some deficiencies here. And I don't want to be here. I'm going to go on ahead and truck right on along. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm thinking. If you take a lot of the things that I'm saying in these videos when we're just recognizing situations, we're just basically people watching, we're really analyzing the things that go on in and on some of the outer skirts of our circle. Things are going on. It's plenty to watch for, right? And you're being cognizant of how you're interacting with others, right? And like I said, we're not really looking. On one hand, yes, interactions can be transactional, and they are going to be transactional. On one hand, I'm not saying that I'm really looking to receive like, oh, I gave you 50%, I need 50% back. I need, this is just, down to a T. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm really just being me, and then I'm just kind of like going on. I may take note up of it. I'm just like, no. I'm going to oversimplify it just so we can keep this example moving. Hey, no thank you. Nothing? You can take it and run? Okay, well, note that, go on up on. Maybe the person was busy or whatever the case may be, and I'm move on up on my way. So I'm just going to keep it going. But we got a lot of those no thank yous, and then it's to the point, you tapping me on my shoulder and you asking me for something, and then give it to you, and you roll on, it's still like a no thank you. See, that's what I'm talking about the positively deficient. What really got me down to thinking about this, I was thinking about one particular family member. And let me see how much of this I can go into in giving this example. I'll just say that when they were dealing with me and mine, I would provide everything. Like I said, I'm really trying to see how much of this example I can go into. We'll just say that they didn't want for anything. Right? So with this family member, if it was something that was being done or I was stepping up to the plate, it was nothing that they needed to provide or do upon their circle, I was going to take care of it. Right? I was going to do. This person, they might have taken that particular situation, but when other things would go on, things that would be of the simplest form, you go, man, I didn't come to mind, or me and mine didn't come to mind when you were doing this. And I'll tell you the only reason why I was taking notice, because I was looking at how they would interact with other family members. I'm like, that's funny. These people aren't even asking, and you running to every beck and call on what they're doing. Then you complaining about it, man, this person, they just did this up to me, and you right there at the table, begging for more scraps up off the table. But with me and mine, I didn't even think about it. I didn't even think about it if something good came to pass. I was getting ready to provide an example, but nah, I'm gonna keep it basic like that. You take what you want away from it, because I'm sure that you have plenty of examples on your own of the very things happening, these exact same things happening to you. Like, no other way to put this than that wasn't right. Now, whether you're willingly doing this or not, I don't have to take this. You're deficient in some way, and I don't need to look you up and down and analyze you or try to diagnose you with what's going on. I don't like it, and I'm ready to take my business elsewhere. That's what I'm thinking about when you're dealing with people that are positively deficient. They're deficient in some way. Now, keep in mind, we're all imperfect. We all need assistance. We're all lacking something. But I think you get what I'm saying. I'm talking about in these basic human interactions where people just want to run all up over you, right? They want to give you their backside to kiss and expect you to ask for more. And they're going to keep right on trucking. But expect you to be here with the hoorah and the cheering for them when they got things going on and doing. That's the other thing I'm thinking about with this person. Anytime they had something going, they always trying to rally together, trying to get the biggest thing going, rally up the support and this, that, and other. You better not be looking in any direction for them to participate if it was something going on up with you. They would lie to your face. Yeah, I am. And then when you're talking to them, it's just an excuse. Just deficient in all ways. And you don't have to put up with that. And the nice thing about this is when you have this awareness about yourself on what you're bringing to the table, your expectations, on what you're willing to receive, you can toss all that foolishness and all that nonsense aside. You don't have to be worried about being caught up in sitting here in some sort of pity party on what people are doing me wrong. Nope. There's plenty of people out there for you to get situations right up on. Why waste time on the wrong ones? The more that I'm wasting time on the wrong one, I'm missing out on the right one. That's the point of this video. Stay encouraged. Avoid being discouraged. My name's Aim. Y'all have a good one.